Hello, my name is Ricardo Ayala, and this is a presentation over my project for the Sensation and Perception course I took this semester at Baylor University. It involved a rare disease known as congenital insensitivity to pain, or also known as CIP, in which an individual is unable to perceive any type of physical pain that they are endured. The purpose of my project was to bring awareness to a disorder that does not receive the attention it patently deserves, in my opinion. In our society, there are undoubtedly individuals who desire the ability to not feel pain, and I hope that after learning more about CIP, they will be thankful that they have the capability to feel and perceive pain that those with CIP are unable to. Before we go any further, what is CIP? Congenital insensitivity to pain is a genetic disorder that prevents individuals from feeling both somatic and visceral pain throughout their lifetime. The inherited disorder is usually accompanied by additional symptoms like learning disabilities, self-mutilation behaviors, and even unintentional bone fracturing. Since CIP is an autosomal recessive condition, it is categorized as the fifth type of hereditary sensory and autonomic neuropathies. However, CIP can be clinically separated into two groups. The first, where nociceptors do not develop or undergo early apoptosis, and second, nociceptors are developed but unable to respond to signals from tissue damage. In order to know how CIP occurs, we need to comprehend where it occurs. In the periphery, we have pain-sensing nerve cells known as nociceptors. When a nauseous stimuli occurs, chemicals will be released to stimulate the nociceptors. Now, depending on the type of CIP, affects the type of anomaly. In the first group of CIP, which involves the absence of nociceptors, the nauseous stimuli will be completely unable to travel to the brain since their designated pathway has reached a roadblock, so to speak. On the other hand, in the second group of CIP, nociceptors are present but unable to respond to the stimuli due to defects in the genetic encoding of the sodium channel NaV1.7. Recall that I said that CIP is a genetic disorder. Although there are many, the main genetic mutation responsible for the absence or underdevelopment of the nociceptors is the SCN9A gene. In fact, mutations in the SCN9A has not only been linked to the inability to feel pain, but also the ability to feel excessive pain in other cases. Unfortunately, there is not a known cure or treatment for CIP directly. Nevertheless, gene editing technology has been providing promising results for a possible CIP breakthrough in the foreseeable future. The only treatment that can be provided for CIP patients is care for symptoms caused by the disorder, for instance, the internal and external injuries received. Speaking of which, symptoms followed by CIP often start in early childhood. Abnormal pain sensing is usually noticed by physicians when performing vaccinations on the child, and the child failed to respond to the pain stimulus. However, if unnoticed at first, self-mutilation of the lips, tongue, fingers, and toes during teething is a pronounced indication of the disorder. But although statistically 20% of patients die within the first 3 years of their life due to factors from CIP, like recurrent fevers, many of them are able to make it into adulthood. This is usually accomplished with the aid of modern medicine and contemporary efforts to prepare CIP patients to live a life of extreme cognizance of their body. In order to bring awareness to CIP, I decided to create a website using wixsite.com, in which I go more into depth about the causes of CIP that I was unable to completely mention here. Furthermore, on the website I provide additional resources like images and a video to better understand what CIP looks like. I will have the link in the description, so feel free to access it from there. Regarding the outlook of my website, I am able to identify its weaknesses. I regrettably did not attach a video that can show the viewer where the problem of CIP is caused, which I consider an important tool since I tend to learn better with a visual aid myself. Nevertheless, I feel like one of my strengths is how understandable the overall content explains a comprehensive disorder. I chose the disorder congenital insensitivity to pain for my project because, like I said in the beginning, it does not receive the necessary attention it deserves. When I was in elementary school, I had a friend named Ariel who was diagnosed with CIP. Although I did not fully comprehend what CIP was at the time, I still knew I was to be sensitive towards her, something our classmates failed to do. Therefore, with this project, I aim to spread awareness. Although CIP is quite rare, it still impacts individuals who others care for. So even though it tends to occur on a small percentage of people, that does not make it any less paramount. I hope after hearing my presentation, you not only learn something new, but you will also spread awareness about congenital insensitivity to pain appropriately. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed learning about CIP as I have enjoyed talking about it. These are the references that I have utilized for my presentation. And thank you again.